Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick. Welcome back to Starfield, where we will carry on with the main story. I feel as though the setup, the structure of exploration in Starfield makes me more reluctant to just kind of wander in a fashion that that was more encouraged in Bethesda's own Fallout games and Elder Scrolls games, even lesser Fallout games, like Fallout 76. There's always that appeal of being like, what is that in the distance? What is that I'm seeing just upon the horizon? This building I have not been to. And there's always this feeling where you're like, what is there? I will go there and look, even if you're already doing something else. There's this desire to explore. The Fallout games and the Elder Scrolls games from Bethesda do an excellent job in regards to that, simply by just having things be there. And with Starfield, because of the waypoint system, it almost feels as though I'm not necessarily encouraged to explore. Combined with the, I said I wasn't going to complain about the interface, but I'm going to bring it up now just for the sake of this argument. Combined with the interface. Imagine if the interface for space looked more like, let's say, Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. Because, with this space, if I look at the interface for just looking at... I can look at planets, and planets in a solar system, this makes sense. I can look at it, and this makes perfect sense to me. Because I can rotate around the local sun, I can look at what planets I could possibly go to. I can see there's a star station around this planet that I have not been to. Also, I can kind of see how gravity affects, which is really cool. But let's back it up one step. And suddenly I have a map that is very unusable. I'm looking too close at just a bunch of dots, and now these dots are kind of meaningless to me. And I'm more or less required to kind of browse through the dots in hopes that one will stand out, but none of them stand out. There are too many dots. There are too many choices. Why should I care about one of these choices versus another choice? Especially considering the fact that the game has, or they have stated that most of these planets are going to be empty. Now, and that's the thing, even with Mass Effect 1, with their Mako driving, nobody liked driving, most people, should I say, did not like driving the Mako. I wasn't a big fan of the Mako, but I would choose the Mako over Mass Effect 2's planet scanning any day. That's my hot take of the day. Mako driving in Mass Effect 1, planet scanning in Mass Effect 2. But at least you knew at a glance what was good and what wasn't. Am I already actually next? No, I'm not. We shall go to the Eye, which is apparently a space station owned by Constellation, and talk to somebody named Vladimir. Because Vladimir can essentially point us in the direction of the other pieces. But yeah, that's that's essentially the main reasons why I don't feel necessarily compelled to explore other systems. Who are you? You're level 30, so you're probably not dangerous. Let us just fly our way to the Eye, dock with it. I feel like that's something you would do once you've beaten the game, and you still kind of want to experience more Starfield. And And I also think that maybe playing a game like this, like there are certain aspects that don't necessarily mesh well with the Let's Play format, such as wandering around aimlessly, spending a lot of time constructing your base, spending a lot of time constructing your ship, collecting the ingredients in order to do all of that sort of thing. Like, none of those things necessarily mesh well directly to like an edited Let's Play experience. Now, if I was doing more streaming, then you could argue that maybe like streaming could work, because it's like streaming doesn't necessarily just focuses on the content, it also focuses on the interaction between the streamer and the viewer. Right now, I'm not interacting with you. I'm in the past. You are in the future. Our timelines are not meeting up properly. So it makes more sense for me to want to choose a route that does things. But like, before I talk to him, I can remember one specific example of a Super Best Friends video. They were playing through Deadly Premonition, and I remember there was one video where they did almost nothing. They did almost nothing over the course of the video, but it was entertaining, and that's another point. But if you're by yourself, you don't necessarily have somebody else to bounce off of. It's a little bit more difficult, or maybe I'm just boring. Don't let me know. Don't tell me. Vladimir, what you got?
We got a rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood.
Rook on deck? That's pirate talk, isn't it?
Former Crimson Fleet. An old Jacoboons would be the term for it, back in my day. Left that life behind me. Even before I signed up with Constellation, I was retired.
Good to meet you, Vladimir.
Glad you two finally have a
Oh,
chance to
there's
meet.
Sarah.
Wish I could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye.
You know, nothing says Bethesda game like the camera cutting to another character and the camera's just focused on a wall, peeking through the eye.
That one's all on me. The Eye is the nickname for the star station. Think of it as one big telescope.
Someone should have grabbed you. It was incredible.
Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. But the data takes a slow ride along the Sea of Light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive.
Understood. I need to check on these leads in person.
You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Mateo are both following up on scans themselves. Mateo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull a worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man, and I'm worried.
I'll keep an eye out for Andreja.
Yes, indeed. Stop worrying so much, Vladimir. If she's out there, we'll find her.
She should be at one of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Happy hunting. Show the words another time, then.
All right. I guess let's go to the first one. Go to Pizza 1. To this abandoned mine.
After you, Cap.
I miss my dear darling in New Atlantis, as I wander the blackness of the deep abyss. My ship is in tatters, all dented and worn, but I trust my old engine to get back by morn. Way out in the blackness, way out.
Is this the future version of a sea shanty? Also, I didn't bother picking up a mining laser, so maybe I'll find one in the abandoned mine. I would imagine the abandoned mine is a good place to find a replacement mining laser. It's too bad I can't find, well, we'll be putting on our spacesuit nonetheless. I was gonna say, like, what's the ins and outs of the, atmosphere here? Not bad. Gravity is lower, which is unfortunate. Nobody likes smaller jumps. We want big jumps. This is the new gun I picked up from the last mission. Looks cool. I need more ammo, though. I finally got more ammo for Sir Livingston's pistol, which is good. And I've got a lot of ammo for the staggering calibrated.
Mining can be extremely dangerous, as I'm sure you know very well from personal experience.
Any bad guys? Sarah.
I can't take much more of this.
Why are you just standing there? Oh my god. The presence of traps implies that there is somebody who is placing these traps. But I don't see anybody on the outside.
Ah, fancy a bit of spelunking, do we?
Oh, is that Andreja?
Don't come any closer. Identify yourself.
Sarah's right next to me. My name is Malice. I'm not here to hurt you. Or I'm with Constellation. Vladimir Sol sent me to find you.
Ah, good. I suppose I should have guessed. It has been too long since I checked in.
I'm just glad we found you unharmed, Andreja. Vladimir and I...
Why Andreja? Why not Andrea?
You are the newest member, yes?
Like,
Do
if...
they often send you to check up on other, more senior members?
Like, if Andreja was supposed to be a more Eastern European Russian pronunciation, then it should be Andrea. Because that's how the J is pronounced. Kind of like how, Dimitrescu in Resident Evil 8 should probably be Dimitrescu or Dimitrescu, something like that. That one I'm not as positive about, but I would say like this should be Andrea, simply because of that J pronunciation is not a hard J. Looks like they maybe had good reason.
Was, perhaps. I suspect Vladimir worried you might find me on the ground, instead of this one. We waste time. We should complete our mission and then we can talk.
Yes. Like, tell me where I can get these off-the-shoulder dresses Where are you getting your fashions? Clearly not on the planet that the lodge is on. I still don't remember that one.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Probably guns. Hello. Oh.
Once again, we are triumphant.
We're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever take us down. Ah.
Damn, let's get it warmed up.
Andrea, what's up with your... You got a stealth suit? Andrea. Alright, let's just call her Andreja because that's how everybody does in the game. But I'm still insistent that it should probably not be that pronunciation. Dimitrescu. That's what it should be. I'm more positive now. No, cha. It should be a cha sound. Dimitrescu. There we go. That's what it should be. It should be Dimitrescu and Andrea. But we go with what they called them. Sushi rolls. Snack-sized. Definitely will take. Like, look at her fancy outfit. We need to find somewhere where we can get a fancy outfit like that. Or see if she can trade us. Bad people, bad jokes. Part 3. A chunk's chunk walks into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve food here." Chunk sits down and says, "Then I guess I'm in the right place." Knock, knock. Who's there? Broken sword. Broken sword who? Oh, never mind, it's pointless. How many atheists does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They're already enlightened. What's the last thing to go through a Freestar militia member's mind when they meet a United Colonies Marine? A laser beam. I'm disappointed by most of these, why don't pterodormorphs eat clowns? They taste funny. Unlike the first 2 volumes he published, Louis Looper's Bad People, Bad Jokes Volume 3 never really gained much of an audience. Popular theory suggests that by the time of its release, people were already tired of Looper's terrible jokes. Oh, wait, there was a next? Hold on. This is important. Oh, that's it. Let's see. We also didn't look at that. Although Earth has been left behind, humanity shares an ancient compact between any form of government and its citizens. All individuals enjoy unalienable rights that may not be infringed. A government shall not intervene in purely private affairs. A colony has complete autonomy on how they are governed and to manage its own interstellar relations. And all individuals in the time of great need owe the government their arms and, if need be, blood, if the collective welfare is threatened. Right. We're not allowed to tell you what to do, but in case there's war, you've been conscripted. Also, I did not find a single mining laser. Found a laser gun, pressure tank. You know, like that's what happens when you try to apply logic to video games. Video games don't always necessarily enjoy logic. Video games sometimes are like, hey, we're just gonna give you loot. Because that's what you came here for. Huh. Ah. I had to spend all that time softening him up just to not get the credit.
They're here, right here. Ha! You're a
Just getting started.
Excellent. How many more pistol shots, pistol kills, should I say, do I need in order to level this up? 2 more. And then I don't necessarily need to worry about getting pistol kills at all. I could start working on... Alright, let's move. What is a nice, easy way to get down to you? Okay. Can I save now? Yes, I can. I just wasn't sure I'd be able to pull that off. Ah. This surface isn't quite as climbable as I was hoping. Is there a nice and easy way up to that? Yes. I think this is the way. Keep firing, assholes! Oh my. Where did you go?
Good one.
Galvanized advanced space trucker? Helmet. All right. I was gonna say, I was gonna imagine that that was gonna be the last of it. There we go. Okay, so we didn't have to bash too much of the space around the artifact. You know, this kind of reminds me a little bit of,
You did not respond when I called to you after you pulled out the artifact. Does that mean Barrett's theory and experience were correct? The artifact grants the first person who touches it a vision?
Of Assassin's Creed 2, in that you're just like, you're collecting a lot of micro clips, and then once you've collected enough of them, suddenly you've got a short video that makes sense, like a short experience that makes sense. But by themselves, you're just looking at extremely tiny fragments of information. Yes, not that I've been able to make any sense of them.
The fact that it has happened to both you and Barrett is already more than we had before. I think it is important that we discuss what you saw back there. That man. What I had done.
It was either you or him, right?
It was, yes. I appreciate that you see it that way. A very practical outlook, not one I find is shared amongst members of Constellation. May I ask what your background is?
I was a miner, Argos extractors, but then I only showed up for the job the first day, so I wasn't really a miner. That was like my first day on the job. I've done all sorts of things.
Have you now? I have also seen a great many things in my time. Some quite dangerous. We both seem to be unusual additions to Constellation. Please, I would ask that you not mention to Vladimir the circumstances in which you found
Oh
me.
yeah, I found
This is
Andreja
not the first time
quite
that
well.
Varun
She was busy
zealots have
murdering
attempted
somebody.
to corner me. If it is known that this has happened again, well, it has been a while since I was given an assignment on my own. I would not want it to be even longer in the future. Do you understand?
They've come after you before?
Yes. It would seem they have not yet learned how much it will cost them. But then that is their fundamental problem, is it not? An inability to see anything other than the path which they have created for themselves.
Varun zealots?
You are unfamiliar. This is a surprise. Few have not heard of them. They are fanatics, having taken the teachings of House Varun and twisted them into a belief that the galaxy must be wiped clean before the Great Serpent's return. So, in this I would say I have done the galaxy a favor.
You've got it. Mum's the word.
Mom, this means we are in agreement. Thank you. That is good to know. I will finish here and return to New Atlantis when I can.
Ah,
You
New
should go
Atlantis.
now,
That's
as
the
they will be
place where the
expecting
lodge
us.
is. Alright, where do I have to go? Is this the other place? The abandoned cryo lab? Well, I guess Andreja was going to be on one of the two possible locations.
Enemy's shield system is offline.
Yes, I am.
Enemy's shields are back online.
See? You blew up. Have these guys been crashing into the asteroids? I think they have.
Fancy flying, stranger. That got a little too exciting back there. I think we had it covered. But I expect some people owe you their lives. Any way we can repay you?
I didn't even know I was protecting you. Credits would be appreciated.
Transferring credits now. You take care.
I wasn't paying attention to how many credits I was getting out of that. But let's loot this other... Oh, that's just a mineral deposit. $79.06. Okay, that's not bad.
Landing site looks clean. Let's set it down.
This looks like a more temperate planet based on just the topography.
Geared up and ready to go.
7% temperature, 0% oxygen. What are these trees even breathing? Yeah, trees would be sunlight, photosynthesis. What are they even processing in their photosynthesis? These freaking trees. Not providing any oxygen to this planet. Alright, let's swap out to the staggering calibrated. How far away did we have to land from this place? That we have to deal with aliens? I mean, maybe we could play this like Tremors. And just kind of like hop from rock to rock. That's radiation. We can avoid that. Okay, that sounded like a ship. Is that just random ship traveling, or is that ship landing for a good reason? Like, this is now the second mission where a ship has kind of landed in the distance. And I'm not entirely sure if the ship is actually involved. Like, in the previous one, the ship had no involvement. It was just kind of there. Okay. I see some pirates. Probably should have healed up in between last time and this time. But that's my bad. Really? What gave it away? Was it the other people? Who have clearly seen us. Does that count as a kill? If, like, he got blown up by something nearby him? Well, at least we got a new med pack. An industrial workbench for all of our industrial... Hold on. No. How do I... Oh, the stairs go to the right, not the left. When I walked in, I looked to the left, and I ignored the right. How many of these MacGuffins are there in this universe? I mean, it makes for a good excuse to be traveling around. But it does kind of limit the stories that you're interacting with, if you're always going to the same places for the same reasons. Yeah, it feels like this shotgun really is way more long range than you would expect it to be. Like, it's more about pinpoint accuracy than anything else. Shooting at me, and from what angle, and where, and how, and why. Because I don't see anybody else in this room.
Oh well, guess they're gone.
No. There's the duct.
Take down that target.
No, don't take down that target. Leave that target alone. Ah. Yep, why did you interrupt my reloading? No! Reload, you stupid gun! This is just like Fallout 76. It's one of the worst parts of Fallout 76. Like, if you get hit while you're reloading in Fallout 76, and I guess in Starfield, it interrupts the reload, and you don't reload your gun. I hate it. Alright, well at least we got a med pack back. Okay, this place is a little bit like a maze. Have I... Have I completed out my,
I'm sure they have.
Yep, I did complete out my shotgun certification.
Something we can use.
Alright, let's quick save. Excellent. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies. But the direction down to where I'm going, what is my weight at? 126. Okay, that's okay. We can still pick up more junk. Okay, this is probably our direction because we do not have the key for it. Never mind. Ah.
Let's do this.
I'm sure we'll fight whoever we fight, and we won't fight whoever we don't fight. So we have to go that a ways. So it's interesting because it's clearly fallen apart, and you're making your way through this base that isn't quite as up to speed as it used to be. But at the same time... Ah, there we go. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, let's get rid of the explosive barrels just in case. It seems like things didn't quite get left behind here in a very good state, considering all the corpses. I don't think I want to drink... If I find milk on a corpse, I probably shouldn't drink it. You know, if there's any piece of advice I could offer is if you find a bottle of milk on a corpse, you probably should not drink that bottle of milk. Okay, this is the opposite way of the waypoint. Let us circle back around to here, because at least this was a path that was leading towards the waypoint. All right, and another piece of the artifact. Can I just fast travel back to the lodge? Excellent. The rapid reloading skill increases your reload speed. Wow, amazing. Actually, that's what I want. I'm gonna have to look where on the skill tree rapid reloading is. And I need to start working towards that because reloading is so slow. So...
While we're here, it wouldn't hurt if we checked in at the lodge.
that's what we're doing here. Okay, let's take a look on the skill tree. It would probably be under... Is this rapid reloading? It's like so deep into the skill tree. 4 more combat points to unlock. %50 chance to avoid getting interrupted while reloading. You know, all I need is 1 point. Yeah. Oh, am I being weighed down by things? I think I'm being weighed down by things. That's okay. We can deal.
I can't think of a better place to recharge and ready ourselves for our next mission.
You are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Look at you two. I'm jealous. I tried following up on some leads myself, but came back empty-handed.
It's because you suck.
They could be anywhere, can't they? Embedded in a rock, or in the hands of an unsuspecting novelty goods trader?
These artifacts really are something else.
I catch myself just staring at the collection sometimes, wondering what it all means. Maybe that's how our ancestors felt when they were looking up at the stars for the first time.
They didn't just gawk at the stars, Mateo. They explored. They tested. Science brought us to space, not daydreaming.
I disagree. What's the point of science if not to enable...
Maybe a little
humanity's
bit of
dreams?
in between?
And where do those dreams come from?
Not every dream is a pleasant one. I agree with Noel. The work is what moves us forward.
You're with me, right? Science or dreams? Which one is the true muse of space exploration?
Science or dreams? Do you dream of seeing the stars and construct science in order to enable yourself? Or do you pursue science in order to travel to the stars in order to create the dreams? I'm going to go with science, under the logic that, like, imagine... Here we go. We can use space travel as a perfect example. I am never going to go into space. This is not because I don't want to go into space. It would be pretty awesome to go into space. I guess you could call this... does this make me a realist? Does this make me more pragmatic? But I realize that at my age, with my experience, I'm an English major. Like that, an English major doesn't necessarily present a skill set for someone who gets selected for space voyages. And also, I am not rich, so I cannot buy into the current rich person's space voyage fad. So I cannot go into space because of my experience, and I cannot go into space because of my lack of money. So I realize that my opportunities to go into space are extremely, extremely limited, close to zero. So I realize I'm not going to go into space. And thus, I don't dream about going into space, because I know it's not going to happen. Not that I don't fantasize about things that aren't going to happen, but that's a different thing altogether. Because in theory, the science could advance to the point in which I don't necessarily need to be the science advisor on the Enterprise in order to be on the Enterprise. I could just be who I am. So I'm going to go with the science. Without it, dreams aren't possible.
Another realist has joined our ranks. I'm outnumbered.
The truth hurts, Mateo.
Don't look at me. You two already know my flag is firmly planted in the science camp.
You know what? I just realized I completely overtook this whole conversation. This should be about you and Andrasia celebrating a win for the group.
I do not mind being asked to join in a debate. It was good to hear everyone's sides. But I do agree that we accomplished something together. Thank you for your help.
And for yours. I'd be happy to keep traveling with you.
I have no objections. Let us see what else we can find out there.
Noel, pulling some interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me back on board the station.
Oh, then thank you, but it was not necessary. We succeeded.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir...
All right, I'm going to sleep. Oh, am I traveling with Andrasia now? I guess so. I'm going to sleep, sell my excess stuff, and see if I can do a couple things to kind of wrap up this episode. All right, so apparently Sarah wanted to talk, so let's talk. Sarah. Nope, yep.
Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation, and it's given me a lot to think about.
Oh? Don't tell me Barrett has sent you another one of his dirty jokes.
No. I wish it was that simple. It's not from Barrett specifically. It's a line list of questions they need answered. Only I'm not there to answer them.
Are you upset that I'm keeping you away from the lodge?
You're not keeping me out here. I am. Just... Here, let me explain. Before I joined Constellation, I served for 8 years as the head of the Navigator Corps, until the UC decided to axe the department.
What exactly was the Navigator Corps?
It was a branch of the United Colonies Navy, a small fleet of ships outfitted for galactic exploration.
Oh, so basically a Constellation.
A military version of Constellation.
Before the Constellation. 8 years isn't a bit... government cuts take their toll on everyone.
Yeah, sure. Some more than others. You see, the top brass demanded press-worthy discoveries to justify the spending, and money was tight after the war. Shutdown was inevitable. At the end of the day, I was in charge, so the blame obviously fell on my shoulders.
You are clearly fighting some impossible odds, like the expectation that you're going to discover amazing things on every planet. Some of these planets might just be rocks.
Yeah? You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about exploring the stars than pushing a pencil. Because of my lack of foresight, all I ended up with was a shattered division and a bunch of excuses.
Nonsense. No one would have pushed harder than you.
That's just it, though. Did I push too hard? Did they shut us down because I wasn't quietly sitting at my desk approving meaningless memos? We'll never know.
At least Constellation has been a great success.
Well, that brings us to this message now, doesn't it? Call it whatever you want. My drive, my initiative, my optimism. It's been my greatest strength and my worst nightmare. It elevates me to these positions of authority, but all I want to do is explore, not sit and make sure all the accounts are balanced.
She doesn't want to be the leader. She wants to be out there. You're afraid that your absence will cause Constellation to collapse.
Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to you, imagine how obvious it is to someone like Barrett or Mateo. Oh, they must be itching to replace me by now. God damn it.
Don't worry, Sarah. We'll figure this out together.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, here you are trying to help me and I'm yelling at you. You have to understand. Once Aja retired, I lost the only person that gave a damn.
I'll always be here for you, Sarah.
Look, it's clear that you have feelings for me. It's just, I've never had time for this sort of thing in my life. Please, it's not you, it's me. I'm just not ready to get that close. I can't. Not now. But thank you for being there and listening. It helped. It really did.
All right. Well, now that we've done that, let's go talk to Vladimir, see if we can finish off this quest. And thus get ourselves ready for the next plot point. Oh my gosh. Is that a... Nope, okay, that's just a distant ship. We don't need to worry about that distant ship.
And you didn't even scratch the paint.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
I suppose it does make sense for us to be bringing Andreja along for this.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the Blackest Sea, I found an interesting pattern.
Oh?
The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one.
A bigger anomaly or a bigger planet? That doesn't make sense. The artifacts are roughly similar in size.
The ones we found, anyway. No telling what this is, but you can feel that excitement in the air, can't you? It's something important. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open.
Land near the anomaly, use my scanner. Got it.
And from there, maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
Alright, well, let's stop here for the night. Next time we'll carry on that planet. For now, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves a good night.